Let me start with a question that might sting a bit. When exactly did you become more attractive? Was it when your metabolism decided pizza was now the enemy? When your hairline started its slow retreat? When stress from your career carved permanent lines around your eyes? Here's the uncomfortable truth most people avoid. If you're a man in your 40s getting more attention now than you did at 25, you probably didn't change that much. Your hair got thinner, not thicker. Your energy levels dropped, not rose. Your six-pack abs, if you ever had them, probably disappeared somewhere around 2015. So if you didn't transform into George Clooney overnight, what changed? The answer isn't about you at all. It's about the market. And understanding this market shift is crucial because it affects how you approach relationships, what you should expect, and how to avoid making costly mistakes with your newfound attention. Let's talk about dating markets the way economists talk about any market, through supply and demand. In your 20s, the dating market operates in a specific direction. Young women are the buyers. Men are the sellers. And when buyers have endless options, they become extraordinarily selective. Think about shopping when you have unlimited choices. You can dismiss 90% of what's available and still have backup options. You can demand premium quality while offering average effort. That's the position many young women find themselves in. A 25-year-old woman on a dating app isn't just matching with guys her age making entry-level salaries. She's matching with 35-year-old consultants, 38-year-old tech executives, 40-year-old doctors. Men who are established, financially stable, and willing to spend money taking her to nice restaurants and weekend trips. Here's what creates the problem. She starts to believe this is her permanent reality. She thinks these are my men, this is my level. What she doesn't realize, and what nobody tells her, is that attention is cheap. Commitment is expensive. Those older, successful men aren't choosing her for the long term. They're enjoying what she represents at that moment: youth, optimism, the absence of baggage, the fun without the complications. She's temporary entertainment, not a permanent partner. But she doesn't see it that way. She sees matches, dates, dinners, and weekend getaways. She interprets male attention as commitment potential. So when a 27-year-old guy with a stable job and genuine interest comes along, what happens? She swipes left. He's not exciting enough, not ambitious enough, not tall enough. She can afford to be selective, or so it seems. Now here's where the mathematics get brutal. She filters by height, must be 6 feet or taller. That immediately eliminates about 85% of men. Then income, must make $100,000 or more. Education requirements. Lifestyle preferences. By the time she's done filtering, she's looking at roughly 2 to 3% of the male population. And here's the kicker, those men know they're rare. They know they have options. And men with options don't rush into commitment, especially when they can continue dating younger women indefinitely. But at 25, time feels infinite. She's told to focus on her career, her experiences, her personal growth. Relationships can wait. She'll settle down later when she's ready, with someone who meets all her standards, of course. And right here is where the trap gets set. Because nothing feels wrong yet. The system appears to be working perfectly. Until it doesn't. Fast forward 7 years. She's now 32. On paper, her life looks better than ever. She's climbed the career ladder, doubled her salary, moved into a nicer apartment, developed more confidence. She's become more of who she wants to be. But here's the strange part, the dating market isn't improving along with her resume. In fact, it's getting worse. Those established men in their late 30s and early 40s who used to take her out, they're still dating. They're just not dating her anymore. They're dating the new 25-year-olds, women who have exactly what she had 7 years ago. youth, fewer expectations, less accumulated disappointment from failed relationships. She's no longer the youngest option in the room. She's now competing with women 5 to 8 years younger for the same men. At first, the change is subtle. Slightly fewer matches. Less impressive profiles. Men offering less effort on dates. But here's the dangerous part. Her standards don't adjust because her self-image doesn't adjust. In her mind, she's still the woman who could attract top-tier men. She remembers the attention from her 20s, but she's forgotten the context. She remembers the nice dinners but not the lack of commitment. So when dating apps start delivering solid but unremarkable men, guys making $70,000, stable, emotionally available, genuinely interested, she still filters them out. Compared to the illusion she lived under at 25, these men feel like a downgrade. This is where the coping mechanisms emerge. Where are all the good men? Everyone worth dating is already taken. Men are intimidated by successful women. These explanations feel comforting because they protect the ego. They say the world is broken, not that her strategy was flawed. But the truth is simpler. The market shifted, and she didn't update her expectations. Now we arrive at the critical inflection point. Somewhere between 36 and 40, the biological clock she ignored in her 20s starts getting very loud. If she wants children, the window isn't closing soon, it's already closing. Fertility drops sharply after 35. After 40, it falls off a cliff. This isn't opinion or social pressure, it's medical reality. And if she doesn't want children, there's still a problem. The high-status men she filtered for are mostly gone, married, in serious relationships, or deliberately dating younger women. The ones who are single often come with serious baggage or strong resistance to commitment. The dating pool doesn't just shrink, it evaporates. This is where we see the market correction happen in real time. Men experience the opposite trajectory. At 25, most men are replaceable, not yet established, still building, competing with older, more successful men for the same women. At 40, if a man did the work, built stability, income, emotional maturity, his value increases. His dating pool actually expands. Women from 25 to 45 suddenly become realistic options. This is when average men start receiving confusing signals. Women initiating contact. Compliments that never existed before. Flexibility on requirements that were once non-negotiable. And men think, finally, I made it. I became more attractive. But here's what's really happening. You didn't rise. Their options collapsed. I've watched this play out countless times. I know a man, let's call him Marcus, who's 43, works in finance, makes about $95,000 a year. Normal build, receding hairline, calm personality. In his 20s, he was invisible on dating apps. He'd send messages and maybe hear back once every 20 attempts. Then something changed in his early 40s. Women started messaging him first. Educated, professional women who would have walked past him without a glance 15 years earlier. Marcus was genuinely confused. Did I suddenly become more attractive? He asked me. I told him the truth. No, you're actually less attractive by conventional physical standards. But the women messaging you? Their options dried up. You're not their first choice. You're what's left. Here are the patterns you need to watch for when this happens. First, urgency. She moves fast. Talks about exclusivity early, mentions marriage or moving in together within weeks. This isn't passion, it's pressure. She's reacting to time running out, not to you specifically. Second, verbalized exceptions. She tells you outright, I usually date taller men or I'm normally attracted to more adventurous guys. Translation, you're not her type. You're her adjustment. Third, visible disappointment. Your apartment is fine, but not what she imagined. Your car is practical, not impressive. Your vacation ideas are modest. You can feel her recalibrating expectations in real time, trying not to resent the gap between fantasy and reality. And this resentment is the poison that seeps into these relationships. Because when people settle, even when the settling is logical, even when the partner is genuinely good, that resentment doesn't disappear. It leaks out in criticism, in unfavorable comparisons, in chronic dissatisfaction. Let's add another layer of complexity: divorce and children. If she's divorced, her ex-husband never really leaves the picture. Financial ties, custody arrangements, shared history, it all continues. You're not being evaluated on your own terms. You're being compared to a memory that's been selectively edited over time. The bad parts fade, the good parts get romanticized. If there are children involved, understand this clearly: you will never be first. Not in a moral judgment way, but as pure reality. Her schedule, her stress, her finances, her emotional energy, all permanently influenced by an ex who maintains access through those children. You inherit the aftermath of a relationship where you didn't fight. Here's the psychological trap she's in. Deep down, she knows she waited too long, filtered too harshly, gambled on indefinite access to top-tier men and lost. But admitting that would shatter her self-image. So the regret gets redirected. And often, it gets redirected at you. You become the symbol of compromise. The living reminder of dreams adjusted. Not because of anything you did wrong, but because of what you represent in her life story. This doesn't mean these relationships can't work. Some absolutely do. People can grow to genuinely love what they initially chose for practical reasons. But you need to enter with eyes wide open about the emotional dynamics at play. So what do you actually do with this information if you're a man in your 40s? First, recognize your actual position. Your dating pool is genuinely wide. You can realistically date women from their mid-20s to mid-40s. That's roughly a 20-year span. If you're financially stable, emotionally grounded, and reasonably healthy, you're viable across that entire range. That's leverage most men never experienced when younger. Compare that to a woman at 40. Her realistic pool has shrunk to maybe 5 to 10% of what it was at 25. Most desirable men her age are taken or dating younger. Younger men in their 30s often aim younger than her. Older men in their 50s bring health concerns or heavy baggage. You have 3 real options. Option 1, date women your age. This can absolutely work, but only with clear eyes. Understand the potential baggage, the timelines, the psychological dynamics we discussed. Some women are self-aware and emotionally healthy. Many aren't. Your job is to tell the difference. Option 2, date younger women. If you're established and grounded, women in their late 20s or early 30s may find you highly attractive. You offer stability, leadership, and perspective. They offer optimism and fewer emotional scars. The dynamic is often cleaner because you're not racing against biological deadlines. Option 3, stay single. Protect your peace, invest in your life, build deep friendships, focus on health and purpose. You don't owe anyone a relationship just because interest finally appeared. The common thread in all 3 options? Conscious choice. Don't confuse attention with validation. After decades of being overlooked, sudden interest feels intoxicating. But just because someone is willing to choose you now doesn't mean you're obligated to choose them back. Here's the framework to understand all of this. Dating markets aren't moral systems. They're economic systems governed by supply, demand, and value. Youth and fertility have value in the mating market. Resources, stability, and status have value. These aren't social constructs, they're evolutionary preferences, ancient and unchanged by modern ideology. What changes is who holds leverage at different life stages. Women tend to have more leverage early. Men who build themselves tend to gain leverage later. It's not fair in the sense of equal, but it's how the system operates. So if you're a man in your 40s and women are suddenly noticing you, don't romanticize it. Understand it. And use that understanding wisely. Demand genuine desire, not deadline-driven selection. Demand respect, not quiet resentment masked as compromise. You deserve to be chosen because someone actually wants you, not because their better options ran out. The market shifted. You finally have leverage. The question is, what will you do with it? If this perspective gave you clarity, drop a comment below. And if you want more honest analysis about dating, psychology, and human behavior, subscribe. Because we're just getting started. The game changed. Now it's your move.